live a toast to life, I deserve it. We poppin' champagne, yeah, we splurging. Maybe it's a celebration for certain. For certain, we working. We bossing up, living with a purpose. I see your girl, now your girl lurking. Got the party going wild, it's a circus. Toast to my kings, yeah, we run shit. And all my queens getting they money. Ain't nobody gave a nigga nothing. We just turn nothing into something. Toast to my niggas that's winning.
What's good? It's your boy Sherwood in the Loud Pack, reporting to you live from Grand Hustle, Defiant Studios.
Gang. What's going on? This your boy Shun, Hendrix, Young Hustler, out here, Grand Hustle Studios, man. Shout out to the whole gang.
We wanted to come and we heard some new bangers, we heard some good tunes. More soon to come later on in the interview, but we wanted to know how did this connection start?
Well, honestly, 2 years ago I was working on this project called Ready for the World, which is out now, and a fellow friend of mine who I've known for years, his name is Elliot Stroud. Everybody knows Stroud, produced a plethora of people. He's with Atlantic Records and Grand Hustle as well. And he brought this guy in, and I was like, man, who's this guy? He's like, hey, Shun, don't worry. It's my homie Sherwood. He's gonna guide you. Just listen to him, shut up, work. I was like, okay. And then, you know what I'm saying, instantly just that vibe clicked, man, you know, because it's very hard here to vibe with other people when you're in your comfort zone, you're in the element. So he came in and just added to it instead of taking away. So ever since then, just been rocking with Buddy. He real good dude, real humble spirit, and man, give me all the sauce, all the flavor, you know what I'm talking about? So that's, you know, that's how that came together.
Yeah, craziest thing about Shun, like I didn't even know Shun was as young as he was when we started. So it was like, and then it was my first time kind of being in this situation, in this space. He was actually the first artist that Stroud brought to me. So it's like I ain't want to like step on his toes. I wanted him to definitely be himself, be his own artist, but at the same time, I wanted to make sure we came out with the best product possible. So like from jump, everything I threw at him, he was able to like reciprocate it and then make it turn into his own type of situation. And I definitely appreciate and respect that about him and his artistry. And then when this nigga get, like I ain't even know Shun could dance, bro. So one thing we do the song, bro, and then you go see Shun perform the song, bro, you be like, what the heck? Like who is he? So that was definitely dope as hell to see him like just take it from just being a song and bringing it to life and performing it and killing it, executing it, having girls screaming and shit when he's singing and stuff. It'd be crazy, man.
And mind you, that damn song is the #1 song off my projects, called Down the Ride. So literally, bro, it literally like shows, bro, the vibe and the magic that you make with a record, bro. That shit shows everywhere. Like just this past weekend, I performed at the Car and Bike Show with that very same record, man, and got a standing ovation even from T.I. himself.
Yeah.
And for the fans who don't know, kind of educate them, give them a little backstory. So your name is Sherwood in the Loud Pack. How did you come up with that? What is the inspiration behind that?
It's a lot of inspiration behind that, man. I sing, I write, I produce, I play the keys, I play the drums. So that right there it's his own package, right? So I always wanted to find a way to be able to brand myself as more than just being an artist or more than just being a singer. And then like just growing up, that my mom used to call me and my brother Sherwood in the Loud gang. We used to come around, I'd be singing, I'd be beating on the tables and stuff. My brothers be singing and stuff. Like I was just always something that would kind of stuck around. And then I started my family when I was young. I had a bunch of kids. I was kind of like looking at a way to incorporate that into like my artistry as well. Like so, I just wanted to have a name that would just kind of told my whole story or like put me all in like one name. So if Sherwood in the Loud Pack, something that's bigger than me, it's like that's what it was. And that's also helped me too, you know, just be able to like find my artistry, like just develop what I think is dope and to develop it in that lane and just use that as a platform, you know, not for myself, but like I say, everybody that's affiliated and associated with me.
And Shun Hendrix, how did you get there?
Well, man, my journey started back in '08 when I ran up the tip, and this is back at Phillips Arena, and I tried to sing to him. At first, he wouldn't let me. And so I don't know what the hell was going on, but this is one of the testimonies of God. Something was going on at the door, and so they closed it, and I ran up to it, and I put my arms out, and I said, man, ain't nobody getting into this man hears me sing. And so when it happened, he looked at me, and he laughed. And he said, you know, little man, do your thing. And I sung this little old song that, like, you can go on YouTube right now. If you literally look up my name, you will see me perform that in front of Diddy, Justin Bieber, Nelly, a whole bunch of people. So the next day, I performed at his Club Cruise Show over there on the West Side, which is where I'm from. and he had a representative off there. His name was KT. KT loved my performance. Mind you, I'm 11 years old. I'm in Club Crucial at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I gotta go to school the next day. And you know, he was blown away by what I did. And the next day I was at Grand Hustle's office and met with this lady named Hannah Kang. And Hannah asked KT, is this somebody that you want to embark on? And he said, yeah. And from there I just took off. Literally, I probably have experienced a hell of a lot. And I'm only 20. So you can only imagine my little journey, my little roller coaster I had, man. And it's all living right here. And I think it's all God's plan. For real.
And who would be some of you guys' musical influences, whether it be producers, whether it be writers, other individual artists? Who kind of helps you get your thought process going, or is it just independent creative flow? How does that work when you approach getting ready to make a song?
You want to take this?
I got a lot of different influences musically, but when it comes to like approaching songs, it's all about like, I guess, the space and the energy that we in. So it's like one thing I definitely appreciate about working with Stroud. Like Stroud just cut on beats and he'd be like, go right to this. Or like he'll just introduce me to somebody and be like, work with him. So it's kind of like I don't gotta be. It's not about like what I was experiencing, what mood I was in, what I felt like even doing. It's just like it's about what we working on. Like it's becoming more so like just being able to on demand, just be creative, be able to deliver, just being able to like produce a good product. And it's like that's one thing I appreciate about this experience in this setting, because it's like I got a lot of experiences, but it's like all those experiences lead me up to this moment, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Stevie Wonder, probably my greatest musical experience. I mean, musical inspiration, or like, yeah, Stevie Wonder for sure. Michael Jackson, Quincy Jones, as far as songwriters go, Neo, The Dream for sure, Kanye West. Like, I mean, I listen to everybody, Sade. I listen to country music.
That's some Sade.
Like, it's just depending on the vibe. So it's like, I guess by listening to so much music that when it's time for me to come and create, I got a lot to pull from. I got a big background to pull from. I listen to a lot of gospel music too. I listen, if it sound good, bro, I'm gonna vibe. Like, so it's not really like me being
facts.
like having no preferences, because there's a lot of people who I never thought that I would. I mean, I don't even know who they are, but it's like I appreciate their music. You know, like Daft Punk. Like I don't know who these people is. You know what I'm saying? Or what they life is like, or where they come from. But I know when their records come on, I know them to the T.
We're up all night to get lucky.
Right.
Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Shit. I only have like 3, man. Tip, Usher, Michael Jackson. Period. Hands down. The reason why Tip is because he's from like where I'm from, where I grew up at. He went to the same elementary school I went to, Grove Park Elementary, which is in Bankhead. And to me, it said that you're from the same foundation I'm from. You're from the same area. If you can make it to this pedestal, if you can make it this high, then what does that say for me if I put my mind to it? You know what I'm saying? Granted, I ain't gotta do half the shit that they do back then,
right.
But it showed me like, okay, I can. It's believable. It's achievable. Right. I can get there. This ain't no dream. Like, this is a real reality. Usher, because of his artistry and him as an entertainer, like that's who I connect with the most. Like, if you give me 24 hours, I promise you, man, I would listen to all his albums front to back over and over again. From what was the album he did with Diddy?
Oh, the first one. I don't even know what it was called.
I can't remember the name of it. I know it's before My Way though. I definitely know that. I can't remember it, but it had
was it Usher?
Yeah, it was Usher. It was called Usher. It was Usher. It was Usher. Damn, that's fucked up. I just knew it had all the time I think of you. Yeah, that one had that album to freaking Hard to Love.
Right.
And
Hard to Love was slept on though.
It definitely was, bro. I felt hurt by that.
Fuck me.
Shit. And you know, Michael Jackson, that's the king, bro. Like, honestly, when I first came to Grand Hustle, everybody from Tip to L.A. Reid to goddamn a plethora of people thought like I was going to be in that Michael Jackson lane. Like, they automatically knew, oh, this is the new Michael Jackson. Because around that time, Michael Jackson died. Well, so it was so they had me around here singing I Want You Back, ABC, Want to, like I literally was casted in a play to play Michael Jackson, and I sung Ben.
Dang.
Like that's how real it was, bro. You can you can look this up on YouTube, bro.
That's crazy. Like,
for real. And so those are people who really truly inspire me to do this shit every day. And then on top of that, the people that I work with, the people that I meet, like I don't recall myself ever really having a really bad session, because I always try to give good vibes no matter what somebody may be going through, because at the end of the day, music is emotion.
Definitely.
You play a song, you play Eminem, Lose Yourself, you get pumped, you get amped. If you play goddamn Music Child Love, you feeling your feelings, you want to be around somebody, you want to hold somebody. And when you hear Yeah, you want to be in the goddamn club doing a damn two-step and goddamn drinking a Henny. You know what I'm saying? Like that's real. So
Drinking the Henny.
You guys were stranded on an island, and you can only listen to 3 albums for the rest of your life. Who would it be?
can I take this first?
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
3 albums?
In order.
Only 3.
In
for
order.
the rest of your life.
In order. I shit you not. It's King, 2014's Forest Hills Drive, and 8701. Hands down.
So Usher, T.I. I was saying.
J. Cole.
Oh yeah, okay. Bruh. I say with like Songs in the Kid Life for sure.
Now you're gonna do albums, folks. You're gonna do albums.
Alright, he said 3.
3. The only reason why I picked Thriller is because it ain't enough damn songs on
I
it.
wouldn't say off the. I wouldn't even say Thriller. I say Off the Wall before Thriller, and then probably like I don't know. It'd probably be like College Dropout or something like that.
Kanye, okay.
But it's like I don't know if I listen to College Dropout or Graduation. So it's like that's when it gets.
That's exactly why I didn't. That's exactly why I didn't. Goddamn.
It's just like
That's
dang.
exactly why I didn't put Kanye in my. Cause there's like he has such a huge body of work. Cause honestly, I go with Dark Twisted Fantasy.
And it's like yeah, you can do that too.
So like literally, like if it was literally like you said artist, I didn't say Kanye because like I'm gonna be straight. Like I'm not gonna go insane. I remember every word for word. I remember every lyric word for word. You know what I'm saying?
My honorable mention would have to be 2020 Vision by Justin Timberlake though, cause that shit was cold as hell, bro. Like the first one though, not the second one. No disrespect to the second one, but that first one was tough, bro. It was tough.
I want my honorable mention be Kanye.
Yeah.
That's my honorable mention.
And I ain't say nothing about T-Pain when you ask about artists. Like T-Pain would definitely be like an artist that somebody I looked up to from like a person that like you saying just coming from where you come from and then like to go to the highest heights of music. Like you always like to see somebody that walk the same streets that you walk. You know.
What was that moment that kind of really triggered it for you as far as saying, hey, I'm going to be an artist. This is something that I'm inspired that I want to do for the rest of my life?
This is really weird. I remember being, I want to say 4 years old. My mom then was taking me to football practice. And on the way there, Usher, You Got It Bad. Not You Got It Bad. You Don't Have to Call came on.
He was 4?
I was 4. I'm in a car singing, You Don't Have to Call. It's okay, girl. And my mom looked at me like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And she asked me, baby, do that again for me. And I just kept singing. And then she dropped me off. Literally, when she came and picked me up, I was singing to all of my players' moms. So imagine like never grown women looking at this little 4-year-old. I'm singing. I'm just swabbing at myself. Literally, and like my mom came to me and she was like, "Boy, what you doing?" I'm just singing to everybody, mom. And then like when I just like stood there in that moment, I was like, "Wow, this is really dope. I have something special." And my mom took me home as we were riding. She asked me, she was like, so when did you learn to sing? I don't know, I just started. It just happened. And then Usher came back on again, and then I got done singing, and I told my mom, so you know, Mom, I want to be a singer. And she looked at me, and she was like, yeah, right. She said, well, you know what, baby, if you make straight A's, and this is something you still want to do, I'm going to support you. Truth behold, I kept true to my goddamn word. I made straight A's, and I just kept going, and she was so shocked that I was dead ass. But what really said, okay, this is really real is when I called her that night and said, hey, Mama, I'm at T.I. And T.I. wants me to come perform.
That's crazy.
And to her, it was like, what? And mind you, this is the day that happened. My mom told me, she said she was going to end up having to say, I can't support your dream anymore. So that was really one of God plans. But real talk, that moment in that car was the moment I knew I had to do this shit.
Right.
I'm going to be a singer, goddammit.
For me, it went to like way later in life. Like I always grew up in music. I was raised in the church, played drums, keys, always singing in the choir. And I used to hate it. Like I shied away. Like my dad used to always put me up on the spot.
Wow.
And I'm talking about I used to get mad, like to the point where I'd be like finna cry, wanting to fight my daddy. Like it's like always having to be.
Bro,
This
you
is like
had to fight to get into the choir? I had y'all 4.
It was the exact opposite for me. Like I used to do everything but music. But I always did music. I always produced. Like I used to take the keyboard home from church and remake all the beats on the keyboard that I heard on the radio. That's how I got into producing. Like when I Like the Way You Move and all that stuff was coming out. Hey Y'all, Beyonce first album. Like I literally remade every song on Beyonce first album. Remade all the beats on the keyboard.
On the keyboard.
Like reprogrammed them on the XP80 keyboard. Like I remember, that's how I got into production and understand. That helped me become like a producer because basically I was breaking the songs down, every little element, and putting it back together the same way the songs came. So it's like I always knew I wanted to maybe do like production and songwriting. When it came to being an artist and performing, I didn't have that epiphany until I got to college. I did this thing called the Coleman Library Showcase with this girl named Shafiza Bain, bro. She had heard me singing in like the piano chorus rooms, like where the band used to practice at. I used to go in there and play and just sing. She heard me singing there and asked if I would perform with her. And that was like the first time I ever performed as an adult, like willingly, and got house, you feel me, with just love. And it was like, that was the first time I ever felt like no pressure. I enjoyed the experience, you feel me? So that's when I decided, I was like, okay, I could do this shit, like, for real. Like, it was either I'm gonna go work in a corporate job and, like, make somebody else shit come to true, or I can just continue to perfect my craft and do this, and all be love. So it probably was like 19, 20 when that happened. Damn. Same age that you are
Same
right
age
now.
I am right now.
And that's why we said you was 8. I was like, bro, that's commendable, like, to even, like just to take it on and, like, to be aggressive and, like, you know, to do that shit. I already know, like, I can only imagine how that was growing up in the different experiences and the doors that opened up for you.
And you also gotta understand, like, I was a fucking child. Like, I was a real, like, I'm a kid now. Like, motherfuckers don't understand, like, I'm still a kid. Like, age is what it is, but, like, I'm still a fucking child to everybody. Yeah. But being literally 11, 12 years old, not going to school. I told this man earlier, bro, I had my fucking, what the fuck is it? My affidavit or some shit like that.
Yo, transcript.
My transcript.
Yo, affidavit.
Yeah, my affidavit.
That's court, you know what I mean?
Oh, extra trip right now. I'm tripping. My transcript. I looked at my transcript from middle school, bro. I shit you not. It said 91 days I was present from 6th grade to 8th grade. 91 days. That's fucking insane. And my parents should be in jail. But the crazy part about it is that I made straight A's, so nobody ever like turned a blind eye.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, oh, he do the work.
Yeah.
Whatever. But
that's dope, man. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. I could only imagine when I was 9 and 10. Like, I'm telling you, bro, my pops will tell you, like my brothers will tell you, man. Like, me and my daddy got like into like almost came to blows a few times. Like,
as a child, bro,
cause it'd be like, man, everywhere we go, bro, like we can't go nowhere, and this nigga want me to sing something. We come to your church, I gotta come play. You know what I'm saying? We come to your church, I gotta come sing. I'm like, bro, I'm straight on that. Like, I want to be cool. Like, I just want to be.
You want to be a kid.
I just want to be. Yeah, like
I'm the total exact opposite, bro. Like, like if you really have a conversation with like my management team, but they'll tell you, like, as a kid, bro, I really sacrificed my childhood.
Yeah.
I sacrifice. That's why I'm like the way I am. Like, I'm 20, but I don't act like the average 20-year-old. Like, I really do think outside, totally different from everybody else.
That's real, bro. I mean, and a lot of times, bro, that's what it takes, man. Like, you look at a lot of people that's successful in the industry, bro. They all, like, the people that are uber successful, they started a lot of times young, bro.
Fucking
You look at Beyonce, you look at Jay-Z, you look at Michael, you know what I'm saying? Like, Michael Jackson died when he was 50, bro. Like, so everything that we saw from him was from the ages of 9 to 50. Like, that's 41 years of going. Like, that's that man. Like, that's everything what I done lived and what you done lived almost. You know what I'm saying? And that was still like, bro, that's mind blowing.
That wasn't even his cap point. That's
nah, bro. Like, the same thing with like Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was a child star, like 16, 17. Like, and now she gone. You feel me? Prince. Like, them up. Like, they all started young, and they was like very good young. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like they was just getting their feet wet, but they was. So like, you starting at 8 and like developing, bro. Like, you still young. You know what I'm saying? And you still like.
That's the beauty in it.
You know what I'm saying? Still taking off, bro. Like, and even though, like, listen, like, bro, I could tell you, for God honest truth, bro, when he sent me that song this morning, I was like, bro, we both finna have to come in here and, like go at it, because I was like, man, number one, the song is very high. I didn't think he was gonna execute it that way, and you killed that shit, bro.
I appreciate
it's like just coming from, and that's just like hearing the growth from what we, like you said, we did that song 2 years ago. The song just came out, right?
The song just came out.
And that's another thing I learned, you know. The patience of the game. Like, we can do work. We can come make 1 million hits today, and
That shit won't see the light of day
until like
another year.
And it's
fuck.
But that knowing that you still got to go just as hard every day, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to put in the work now to have like a popping summer 2 years from now, 3 years from now. So that's one of the biggest things I think I learned from being up in Atlanta too, to kind of go back.
Yo, what's good, gang? This your boy Shun Hendrix.
Sherwood in the Loud Pack.
And we here at Grounds Studios, man. Hey, big shout out to Spat the Shooter.
And BCO1 Productions.
Gang, gang. You can follow me on Shun Hendrix, SHENDRIX, you know what I'm talking about, on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and make sure you get that ready for the world, you know what I'm saying? Again, that's Shun Hendrix, SHUNHENDRIX.
And I'm Sherwood in the Loud Pack. Follow me everywhere, SATLP. Go download the Before the Moment EP, available everywhere.
Gang!
Really down to ride, cause I ain't really got the time, no. I'm just trying to stack and grind, oh. Got dreams, it takes time to blow. Is you really trying to ride, oh? Ain't really got the time, though.